Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. Boy, I feel like a lot has happened since the last time we got together, but we'll talk about that a little bit later in the program. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting anniversary that's coming up at the University of Pittsburgh. If you are a Pittsburgher, you may remember a sit-in that happened on the Pitt campus a long time ago. We're going to talk about that event and reminisce on what it meant then and fast forward to what it means now. But we begin with a subject on healing. You know, so often we go through loss, we go through trauma, and how we heal is different for everyone. Well, there is an effort going on. It's called a trip of healing. Here to talk about it are two individuals, two perspectives. Pastor Maurita Dennis from the Trip of Healing and Carol Black. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
So, a trip of healing.
Yes, ma'am.
What are we healing? What are we trying to heal?
We're trying to glean, if you will, from those who have experienced much of what the Squirrel Hill Jewish families went through at the synagogue on October 27, 2018. The trip of healing is to Charleston, South Carolina, to the Mother Emanuel AME Church. I understand it's in the historic district of Charleston, and they experienced that loss June of 2015. And so the trip of healing will include some of the Jewish families who were affected from that massacre, and to glean from the Charleston, South Carolina family. They lost their pastor, as a matter of fact, and their new pastor even came to Pittsburgh to help bring support and anything he could do to help bring
To the families
healing,
of the Tree of Life.
or to initiate the healing, if you will, with the families here. So on January 18th through January 21st, 2019, I want to help the visionary of this trip of healing, who is Mrs. Richard Gottfried. She's Dr. Peg. We know her affectionately as Dr. Peg. She had this vision to go there, Lynn, and to take others with her, just to get a hug, if you will, and to learn from them as to how they coped.
Because now these congregations, if you will, so the three congregations from here and the one from South Carolina, and Carol, I'm going to bring you into this conversation. You now belong to, I'll use the word a club for lack of a better word, that most people never even see themselves belonging to.
And certainly don't want to belong to.
Absolutely. So you lost your brother.
I lost my brother.
In the Tree of Life shooting. So when the idea for this trip came from your sister-in-law,
Yes.
correct? So when she started talking about this, tell me what your thought process was. What were you thinking?
I thought it would be a great idea. I wasn't sure how it was going to come together, or how it would all happen, but I thought it would be amazing for us as we recover from this trauma to speak with people who have walked this road and find out how they coped with it. And maybe that would bring some peace of mind and some healing to us as we go through this trauma that nobody should have to go through.
Well, the other thing that strikes me is when we're dealing with things, people have a tendency to say, I know what you're going through. I know how you feel. But in this case, these are families who know what you are going through.
Yes.
And the three women that I'm aware of who were there have such class and dignity about it, and I really want to meet them and hug them.
Wow. Wow. All right, so Maurita, we're looking at January 18, was it 18, 19, 20?
18,
21.
19, 20, and 21, yes, ma'am.
And what's on your schedule for the Charleston trip?
Okay, we're going to come together in unity and just celebrate the fact that, well, we're still here for a purpose, that, you know, everything has a purpose, truly. And we're still here for a purpose. And this trip of healing, I believe, will not just be between these two congregations, New Light and Charleston. I believe it's going to be a global effect, a global impact in that where there's unity, there's strength.
I'm going to stop you for just a second because we have to take a commercial break. But it seems to me if we as observers see these congregations healing, it then allows us to begin healing as well. We'll take a commercial break because the real reason we're here to talk about it is this whole GoFundMe page and how you can get involved in making all this happen. So don't go away when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues.